Hey guys, and welcome back to a very soon episode of the Windy City podcast. We just, knocked one out yesterday. I'll probably upload these on the same day. But we got lots of people hoping to buy equipment, so we're just going to pump these out. Nothing wrong with a little more discussion on the site, especially this soon after the draft. Maybe we got more people checking in. So I'll be joined here today by my friend Blues Fan 55 or Jakob Larson.
That is me.
There he is. And of course, the lovable Clint Eastwood or Bart Steelheart.
Hello. Are you fucking kidding me?
And another new face to the team. We got my man here, Duder or Dana DePoopy.
Hey, what's up?
It's DePoopy, right?
It's the poopy.
There we go. So we got the boys here. We're just gonna be playing a little slap
Little interference in my arse.
I can't start this match, which is fun, but yeah. So I don't know if you guys were watching the NSHL draft.
I wasn't.
I'll be honest. I wasn't either.
But we did pick up some boys here that you should know because you're all in the SHL. We got Mr. James Deacons at 2 and Mr. Hoove at 8. So if you just want to maybe give your thoughts on these guys or how you've interacted with them so far in any leagues, you can. I'll let Blues go first.
Okay. So I've interacted with Hoove basically out of the two because of the Crows Discord, and he seems like a nice guy. I haven't really talked to him much, but from what I've seen in the Discord so far, he talks a lot about getting the TPE to try to make himself the best he possibly could be for the team, which is definitely something that we want. Now, I haven't really interacted with Deacons much, so I don't know what he's like, but he obviously went second for a reason.
Yeah. We just liked where his TPE was at, and we thought, he's a good lock for a center position, which we did need an active center, so we were worried he would go a little earlier. So I think it was a good choice for us. What do you think, Clint, about either of these guys?
Deacons is in the Manhattan locker room, and he's also once in the Kelowna locker room because he played in juniors quite a few times. He's a really swell dude. Hoove, on the other hand, I've talked to, but I've heard nothing bad about him, so I assume he'll be fine.
So basically, our interactions have basically been the exact opposite. Like, you know one guy, I know the other guy.
Exactly. Hold on, Dad's coming.
All right, and Duder, what are you thinking?
Well, I'm mostly concerned about the people that I have to hang around with. Obviously these guys are pretty good TPE earners, but I also think they're pretty good guys too. So I was really excited about that. And yeah.
Yeah, I mean that sounds good. So we shore up our fourth line with these guys. They're a little grittier, so that's nice to see. I feel like we used to have a really grindy bottom six in the first season, but that didn't really help us because it was such a high-scoring game at that point that they just kind of bled goals and didn't help with the scoring. So I feel like we morphed into more of a scoring top 9 with a decently skilled bottom line pairing 4 or whatever. So we got Hala and Taveri on line 3 now, which I think will be huge. I think they'll match up really good against some weaker kind of line 4 guys. Yeah, so I think we have a really good chance to wreck some shit up. We had some really good test sims going where, I mean, we couldn't sim a new season just because even Cal doesn't know really how to do that yet. I think they're just going to reset the season we had and then we'll just live the same 2016 year over and over. But Yeah, I mean, I think it'll be a good season for us. We went from being 6-20 to making the playoffs with 100 points and having 40 wins, which I think is a huge sim. I mean, we had a 13-game win streak. Like, we were just rolling against all the teams, even Vienna. So, I think it'll be a good season. I think we'll figure out the strats. We'll have some more active people in our locker room, and
Oh yeah, yeah.
it'll just go well. So, I asked this yesterday, but what are you guys hoping for your own
Can't do
players
that.
from the season? You know, maybe we'll go with
Uh,
Blues. Like, just what do you want to see your dude do on the team?
Obviously, I'd want to see him lead not only the team but the league in goals,
Mm-hmm.
because he's obviously Larson's definitely more of a shooter than a passer at this point.
Yep.
I've put most of my off-season TP into scoring, which is obviously something that I've wanted to do.
Yeah.
And I do think that with this, he could really be a competitor for top scorer. I know Taveri led us in points last season as an inactive, which is huge. I was third, but I think depending on how everything goes, Larson definitely has a chance to lead the team in goals.
Especially with the new addition to your line. I
Yeah,
think.
getting Trella to play on the left wing with Nicky in the center and me in right, that's definitely going to be a line to watch out for this season.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, you guys did really well last season, but with a bona fide passer like Trella now, you
Oh,
like
he's going to feed us.
he tore it up. Your line
Slap
just
shots.
tore it up. I mean, it was pretty amazing. He actually doesn't have any TP in Slapshot anymore. He was able to redistribute it. He put
Ah,
That's
really?
he put 90
insane.
TP off the bat in the passing, which brought it up to 80.
Fuck yeah.
So that's kind of huge.
Only free agents.
And you added to scoring in the off season, but what are you going to do during the season to continue to try to score goals? Are you going to add more to scoring, or are there any other stats you want to increase as well to try to get there?
I actually don't know. That's a good question. Because I think scoring, definitely. It maybe add some more into slap shot, but I actually don't know. Maybe I'll put some into creativity, try to add some stuff there.
Oh,
Stick
yeah.
handling, I think, is a bit lacking, so I might put some TP into that.
I've read that it's
And
pretty important.
yeah, and I might just put some more TP into sprint speed and acceleration
Yeah.
because that's important. But other than that, I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I mean that's a good plan. What about you, Clint? What are you looking for from this season, especially
Uh,
after a partially disappointing last season from your player? I'd say.
I'm hoping for a not so disappointing season. Points, but to be honest, I'm probably gonna work on more defense during the season. So we'll see where the points go there, but hoping to be a little better defensively. I'll probably never be some shutdown defenseman, but I'm hoping to at least be somewhat serviceable. The power play a lot.
I will
And
say one thing I noticed from your player, like just looking at the team for test sims and trying to figure out what lines people are going on. Like a lot of people kind of have something they specialize in and are really like high in a stat or whatever, but you didn't really have that. You kind of have TP everywhere. Do you plan to continue doing that, or do you want to start
yeah,
pumping into stuff and like actually getting good at it?
I mean, I'll probably listen to you and Trella for some of it, but I'm gonna keep trying to kind of spread it around. What the fuck? And see what goes on.
And then, so from your season, you just want a better one in all stats. But what's the one you want to improve most in? Is it, takeaways, shot blocks, assists, goals, plus minus? What are you looking for?
Maybe all of it, but if I had to choose one, probably points.
Okay.
I want to get more than 30.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely doable, especially if we're scoring a lot more.
now Trella kind of leaving me behind.
Mm-hmm. Well, we haven't figured out where we're putting you yet. Since you're lefty, I'm thinking either first or second D pairing. So you're either with Rabbit or you're with Scruff. So we'll
Rad.
see what works out. I'm sure if you're with Scruff, you'll have a little more leeway offensively to maybe jump up on the rush. If you have those good offensive stats. What do you think you're gonna put TPE into during the season?
Probably start by putting it into positioning and poke check and stuff like that defensively. And as the season goes on, I'll see what my player's doing and kind of adjust from there.
Mm-hmm. And then, would you rather see a better performance from the team and a worse performance from you,
Yes.
or would you rather see a worse performance from you and a better one from the team?
You just said the
Damn
same
it.
thing twice.
I'm distracted. A
Come
better
on.
one from you and worse from the team. Even though,
I'd rather a better one from the team.
yeah,
Absolutely.
I mean, that's a good answer. Obviously, I think it'd be hard for the team to do worse, and if it did, I might quit because that's just embarrassing. But that's a good team answer.
Correct media
So
answer.
now we're on to the man of the hour, Duder.
The hottest
Little
free agent
bitch.
of the off season.
Oh yeah. I mean, you didn't even sign for the most money. That was that fucking goalie. I don't know how many people I told about this, but I was pursuing him because he's the best goalie in the league TPE wise. So I mean, it was worth seeing what's up. But he just wanted he was like, someone, I want 7 mil. Someone offered me that, so you should offer more. And I'm like, no one fucking offered you 7 mil, so fuck off. And then Vegas signs him for 7.1, and I'm like, are you kidding me?
Right, they fell for the shit that he was selling.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm sure he went. Windy City offered me 6, so what are you gonna do? And then they're like 7.
Right, but the stuff that I've heard about the new GM in Vegas isn't really that. Sounds like it'd be par for the course.
Yeah, I mean, he's been fun at least to trade with. I mean, a lot of the GMs I've had trouble getting back to me, but he at least does get back to me, so I am a fan of that. I mean, we got a trade done, the first one in both of our franchises' history, so that's something to be happy about at least. And I do think we won that trade anyway. I mean,
oh yeah,
you were with Waldo a little bit in. Actually, we can talk about that right now. I mean, you were in the locker room with Waldo a little bit. I'm sure in Vegas it was a little tougher to get people talking, but he said you were always in there, and I'm sure Bird and Kentucky Colonel were in there too.
Yeah, the Vegas locker room was weird. There were only ever 5 of us around, and nobody really talked. But I don't know, there was some weird camaraderie about being the shittiest team in the league.
I mean, I'm sure we here in Windy City kind of experienced that too. We're just trying to figure out what we can do to get better, and we're trying not to panic a little bit, and we're just trying to be happy with where we are. But so Clinton Blues, real quick, you guys obviously were in the locker room the whole time with Sweetwater. You want to talk a little bit about that kind of situation, what you know about it? Give your take.
So from what I saw site-wise, it was pretty much he felt like you'd kind of betrayed him because you hadn't really played him, but then you didn't feel like playing him because he wasn't updating. Now, I don't ever exactly remember interacting with the guy, but he kind of seemed like a nice guy, I guess. I mean, I'm not sure.
If a little entitled.
Yeah. But I don't want to be that. I don't want to be that asshole, though. Who just judges people off their actions. I mean,
you mean
the
thing that speaks louder than words?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Shit. But to be honest, I have no idea No idea. I mean, I guess I'd say we came out on the better side here because I mean, it's definitely obvious that from what I saw that Kane did on the site. He just tried to stay as, classy as possible, and I mean, I commend you for that, because I probably wouldn't have been as classy as you were, but that's really my take on it, and I have no idea what else to say.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, I was put in kind of a tough spot, I feel like, where it was. I mean, he's a good dude. I picked him up because I know him personally from the SHL, and we played games together. So I was hoping he would be around, but he never got to updating until in the season. And Trella had a friend that could hop on the center position where we had. I mean, for the first bit, it was weird because we had a ton of active people updating. Like we had two spots that we needed an active person in. One was right D and one was center. So I'm sure he told his friend, hop on center because Sweetwater's hasn't updated once yet, not even before the draft. So we kind of just figured, he joined, he didn't like it for whatever reason, and was just gonna stay 50 forever. So that's our thoughts. So we get Stennett to create. He's a good fourth line guy for us until he gets up
What a
there and
guy.
we see what happens. Yeah, I love Stennett, but then Sweetwater updates, and we're kind of like, oh shit. He updated a little bit, but he didn't update enough to crack the roster. Like, he still didn't have more TPE than even Flem, who went inactive, but he still had 80 TPE. So we're kind of like, So, I mean, we appreciate it, but then he didn't update again, so we're like, okay. So we just kind of figured, that's kind of where we're at. We have our team, and we have whatever. But then then he goes in that article and starts being like, I didn't get played and I'm upset about it. And we didn't really know what to make of that because he never came to us, he's not really trashing us, but he's just like being upset about it in public where we didn't even resolve anything privately. So
That's not the right way to go about it.
it was tricky, and I mean, I like the dude, and I'm sad that he was upset about his playing time, but he never really made an indication that he wanted to play, which is where we were stuck about it, So eventually, we talked to him. We told him, if he keeps updating, then we'll find a spot for him. But he never really got back to us about that. So in Vegas was talking about they wanted to trade Waldo. I asked them what they wanted. They talked about Sweetwater and that they were hoping like maybe it could be a new start for both players since they were a little unhappy with where they were at on their current teams. Then it could be a good reset for everyone, and I think it worked out. Hopefully Sweetwater's happy on Vegas. So that's where I'm at with that, and I was in the process of asking Duder what his plans are for this season. So I guess we can get back to that. What are you hoping for from this new season now that you're off of Vegas and on to the first
An
line
actual
of
team.
Windy
real
City?
team.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Well, like I'm following the plans that you guys have for me. I want to center that top line. Now that I've really hit a good spot with my offensive abilities, with my passing and my creativity. I'm going to keep working on the creativity a little bit, but I want to round out my player a little bit, get some stick handling. I don't know, was it Clint or was it Blues that said that?
That was me.
With Blues, yeah.
Yeah, but I could use some more speed, just all the stuff. But really, I'd like to see myself with 80 plus points. Hopefully, mostly assists. I was really hoping I'd score more assists than goals than I do, but 20 goals over an 80-game season isn't anything to scoff at, I guess.
Yeah. In our tests, Joe was leading the team in goals actually with 40.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Cam
I mean,
Atkinson.
it's not that hard to venture that you were dishing him on most of those, so that's awesome to see. You were on that power play with it was you, Trella, and Joe, which probably helped because you and Trella can just set him the fuck up.
Oh yeah.
And he can snipe all day. He's got pretty high wrist shot now. I think he's a little lower than Blues, but I don't
Yeah,
know.
but his build is a little more round. I was looking at his update the other day,
At Blues or Joe?
Joe.
I think
Yeah,
Blues is
I'm more of
better
a one-dimensional
skating.
player.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but that's basically what I'm supposed to be.
Yeah, so you got the speedy forward, but also sniper, where Joe is the pure sniper. But Blues is on that second pairing. We have a deadly, power play. Like I just think that first one goes out there and you survive the whatever 45 seconds to a minute they're out there, and you're like, finally, Joe's off the ice, and then Blues steps on and he's just as much of a scoring threat, and you're kind of
Mm-hmm.
like, fuck. Like,
What kind of percentage
Yeah.
were we looking at when you were running tests?
I don't remember off the top of my head. I'm sure you could pull it up. We still have that sim where we made the playoffs and it was awesome. And actually, I'm thinking even with our shitty season where we went 6-20, I still think our power play was decent in that too, because we had good players and we had Joe and Blues and that second line especially scoring on there. So we could check it out and make sure our power play is just fucking snipping all day, and you don't want to fucking take any penalties against us because we'll wreck you. But what are your plans during the season of making sure you get those apples?
Oh, well, last season I was mostly active on the financial side of things. All the weekly trainings, the equipment and stuff, but I wasn't really doing any of the PTs at all.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be doing those.
Beauty.
Hopefully, get some post game shows in. Yeah, I'm probably gonna be a top TPE earner this season for you.
Beauty.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not ever gonna show the total of a top TPE earner ever again, but I will get back up to that
What are you
quick.
at now? You bought equipment, right?
I'm at I want to say 270.
That's really fucking good.
That's
Oh yeah, I'm pretty happy about it.
Yeah. So that's pretty close to top, I'd say. I mean, some people are just getting 300, like Trella, and I'm sure Mash is
Mhm.
up there. But as long as you're over 250 after equipment at this point, I think you're right fucking up there with the
Oh
best
yeah.
of them. So that's good to hear. But I'm talking more like the stats you're going to increase to hopefully get the assists. I mean, your passing's already at 80. Are you going to get it higher? Are you going to look at other stuff?
Oh,
Skating and
yeah.
stuff?
Well, yeah, passing's at 80. I'm probably gonna sit it there for the season.
Mhm.
Creativity is already at 68, and I'm probably gonna pump that up to 70, 75, and then I'm gonna work on stick handling. Maybe something else. I can't remember what the stat was called. Positioning and awareness.
Oh, yeah.
I guess typically those might control more defensive
Yeah,
aspects, but they've got to
positioning.
control
I think
offensive aspects too.
off the puck is what you want for offense.
Oh yeah, okay.
I think that's the one. Because I've been cranking positioning for defense.
Yeah.
And I'm up to 70 checking, which is really nice.
Oh yeah. And then obviously, you can't be fast enough, so just keep pumping speed as much as you can.
Yeah, I mean, I'm actually really happy with the maxes on my build. I could get up to 80 poke check, I think, 90 positioning, 90 speed, which is huge. So I don't think I need to buy any of those, max increasing traits to get to where I want. I think I can just keep steady and keep earning, and then use my traits on something a little more useful like consistency or work rate. But that's kind of the good shit that we're doing. I'm really happy with our updates. I've been checking them for that test sim. I mean, I put them in. You have your new build with your redistributed stuff in the sim, and that's kind of where you got all those assists from. So I think it's going to be a good season for all of us, and we're going to see what we want. Something I asked the guys yesterday, and we can go back to Blues on this, is pick one stat you want to lead the team in. I think you already said it when you were talking earlier, but we can go over it again.
Yeah. Goals.
Goals?
My plan this season is to snipe a lot of bar down goals. Don't know what my players' salaries are like, but I mean, I'd hope with the personality that I show, they'd be pretty good. But I mean, I'm legitimately really excited for this season, and I think he's gonna have enough in him to lead the team in goals. At least I hope.
Yeah, I mean, yesterday we had.
And I know most of the guys on the podcast yesterday were defensemen,
Yeah.
and then you had
3
Waldo, who's the
defensemen and a
goalie.
goalie, so we got a little more varied answers on that than maybe the predictable ones we'll
I
get
think
here.
Scruff said like takeaway ratio or something.
Yeah, he didn't even want the most takeaways, but he wanted to make sure that the giveaways versus the takeaways was really nice, which
It's a stat.
That's insane.
I think
Scruff's a
appreciate.
legend.
It's the ratio isn't a stat, but I mean if you look at it and you have, 75 takeaways and 25 giveaways, you got
So
that
you can do it manually.
3-to-1. Yeah, you got the 3-to-1 ratio, and I think that's something he's looking at as opposed to
I
more
mean,
of a 1-to-1 or even have less takeaways than giveaways would be bad. So yeah, that's something
obviously,
something we want to look at during the season. Make sure we're not turning it over too much. I think I ended with a pretty even takeaway giveaway ratio, but once I get checking up and positioning even higher, I think it'll work out. I mean, I'm almost at 300 TPE. Don't even have the mock draft in. Yeah, we'll talk about the mock drafts a bit too. I'm sure that's something fun to talk about. But let's go Duder just for the other predictable answer. If you're gonna lead the team in one stat, what's it gonna be?
Ooh, hits.
Oh shit.
really?
No.
Yeah, that would just be fun because nobody would see it coming.
Definitely change it to answer last seconds just to spite the predictable comment.
Yeah.
I think that's exactly what I did.
My creativity is 68, so hits.
You'll be hip checking,
Oh yeah.
laying some
I'll be
nasty
finger
fucking.
checking. Check
Ooh.
me out. Yeah, just wait.
I think sadly it's gonna be leading the team in hits, but maybe Scruff will surprise some people. Nice fucking goal, by the way.
Fuck yeah.
But let's move on to Clint. This should be interesting. What are you thinking?
I don't want to lead the team in this, but I want to be last, and that's giveaways. I don't want to lead the team in giveaways. I want to lead the team in the least amount of giveaways.
That's a valid answer. Is you want to lead the team in not giveaways.
Yeah.
Inverse giveaways, like you just aren't doing it. That's good.
Yes, exactly.
You'll get as close to zero as you possibly can.
Uh-huh. I assume I'll be playing a good amount, so that might be a little difficult. But guess what? Neil Armstrong went onto the moon, so anything's possible.
Right now, we're looking at maybe even limiting your special teams time so that you're more rested for better matchups in the 5v5. Because I think we're having trouble with our players getting tired. And I think it might have to do with the fact that the way the schedule was set up in our test sim, we played 82 games by November.
82 games by November?
Yep. So, like, 5 games in a row kind of deal. It's, I don't know how they set up the schedule, but it was
Are there
weird.
even 82 days from October to November?
I thought there were like 60.
I don't know how they did it, but it was 80. Like the season was done in the end of November, but then it set up the playoffs at the beginning of January. So it was this weird thing where we had to click through like 2 months of nothing before we got to the playoff beginning. I don't know if they changed that in the actual sim or if it's just how they had it set up at that point in the season, but it was really weird. So I think that might affect how fucking tired we are, honestly.
Yeah.
Even though they pumped the natural fitness up pretty high, I still think it was. I mean, I was looking and it's just like all the players had that little tired icon next to them. So it was something I was curious about when I was looking at it. So just a little tidbit, but yeah, I mean, I don't know how much ice time you'll get. It might change during the season. Your TP definitely will, and your stats will. So we'll make a plan. We'll make it work. I'm looking to, I was pretty optimistic at this point last season and pretty confident. But this time I feel even more confident because now at least I know, more than I did before, where it was just kind of guessing before, and now
General manager better feel confident.
there's some guessing, but it's less, and I actually feel like we match up better with the new GMs than we do with maybe against Ace and some of those guys who are really good. Like nothing against the new
stupid?
guys, nothing against the new guys, but I feel like there's less experience, especially with this sim league, whereas Trella and I have been in a season now, so we're some of the longest tenured GMs other than LA.
You're laying
I
rookies.
mean, if you guys actually need any help with line setting or something, I know that the people who make EHM make Football Manager as well, and I've been playing a lot of Football Manager recently. So if you need any help, I mean, I'm willing to. I'm actually playing FM right now, and it's really fun.
Oh, nice. I mean, I just basically what I did was I asked Cal. He gave me a little master class in using the database editor. So I just inputted painstakingly over 10 hours all of the stats for everyone for season 2 and making sure those were updated. And it wasn't just putting in their updates since season 1, because he gave me a sim that was earlier in the season, so I had to update them up to about February 23rd, and then put those new updates since then in. So it's a pain in the ass, but it'll give us an accurate test sim for season 2, as accurate as it can be. So, hopefully what we saw was a good indication of what we'll see this coming season, and if that's the case, then it's fucking playoff time, baby. But it's a little early to be cheering for that. So,
Step at a time.
Just getting the confidence, working with the boys. We'll get those rookies signed. We got 2 of them coming in. We got the numbers sorted out. It's gonna be a fun time. So, going off of that,
This guy's name is Tits.
nice. Something we were talking about yesterday was just kind of fun questions. So like, if your player had a promotion night at All-State Arena, right? They get to pick their own promotion. Management comes in. They say, go crazy. What do you want? What's it gonna be? We'll start with Clint on this one.
This is gonna be an interesting answer. I can already tell.
I don't know.
You need time to think about it, or?
Yeah. Yes, I do.
Anyone have an answer
Maybe
now?
a few Google search.
Blues, dude.
Well, if I wanted to have a promotion night for my player, it would be basically T-shirts of the ongoing Twitter spat between myself and Scruffon. An old tweet from yours that happened like a couple of weeks ago, and we've been beefing for like beefing in quotes. It's just like friendly jabbing.
Yeah.
For like a week or so now. So, like T-shirts or framed pictures of it. It would be one of the 2.
Give it out to the fans so they can.
Oh yeah,
revel in it.
And another idea would be like beef jerky to base off of the main kickoff of the beef.
Oh, nice.
Gotta make it.
Yeah.
Off of the beef.
Gotta make it.
Very clever, very clever. Dude, you got
an
answer
the
for
freaking
this?
Beef.
What's Dana's promotion here?
I think I might do like pens with like the my name on them.
Pens.
Just
really?
To pen P.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's actually really interesting.
Yeah. They're not clicky pens. They're like the stick pens, big brand. You get a box of 100 when you come in through the door, and if we win, then you throw them on the ice, and we give them to like kids with cerebral palsy or something.
Oh, nice.
See, that's actually a really nice idea.
Yeah, because... no. I think it says a lot about my player. He likes pens.
Yeah.
He's a little cheap.
That's good. Clint, what's yours?
Alright, do you know those like Jesus necklaces people wear?
Yeah, I think they're called rosaries, right?
No, they wear they wear them around their neck, and they have
Like a
a cross on 'em.
crucifix?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
the rosaries,
just a
no.
cross. Okay.
I basically hand those out to
Don't
people
wear.
face on 'em.
You saying Steelheart is Jesus or what?
He's not unlike Jesus.
He's a white
Yes.
dude with a beard, or he performs miracles? What are we going for?
On or off the ice.
I mean, I walk in water, so.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that's true.
It's frozen water.
I mean, maybe it
Water's
was
water.
frozen water. This is a pretty dicey topic for this podcast, but it can be
Yeah.
expected with Clint on it. So,
Quint doing Quint things.
and we got
Stokes the
Duder
fire.
here, so we
Clint and
gotta
Dude are on the same podcast.
we gotta
Not-
watch
Duder likes
out.
to chirp me because I'm young.
a little boy.
There's nothing worse you have done than be young. My opinion.
The cardinal sin that I've committed in my life is be young.
Just don't use my
Because-
name in vain.
So, one other thing we were trying to decide is the team calendar, right? Who is what month?
Oh, so obviously you'd want to kind of kick off the year
Mm-hmm.
with someone who you'd find like appealing.
Yeah,
So like,
Is this a sexy calendar?
it can
no, I wouldn't make it sexy. I would just like, I mean, for the whole sexy part, you'd probably just like have that in the middle. But like, I would start off real sensible and basically start off like really low and kind of disappoint people. So I'd have Lucas Flemington
be.
as January,
Okay. Flemington in January.
and then
Well, let's
for
go.
February,
Let's go to Clint for February. Who are you thinking in February, Clint?
He just screams February to me.
You have someone in mind or not yet?
I say it? Can you hear me?
I didn't hear who you said.
Oh,
he
Duder.
said
Duder.
Duder.
Oh, so
I
you got
do February. Why would you think I'm
the
February?
poopy in February. Okay, very interesting. Duder, who's ringing up March after you? Who we bringing in there?
March, I think I might like choose my grandpa and me. So
No, you
just
can't be in 2
February is
months.
me. February is me, and then March is
Oh,
me and my
no.
grandpa.
Is this a
That's
well,
cheating.
is it a sexy
Is this a
calendar?
joke?
If it's a sexy calendar, it's me and my grandma.
Okay. I see. Is this a clause in your contract that you get 2 months in the team calendar?
Yeah,
I don't remember putting that in, but maybe
I
you,
wrote it in with my My pen has my
Oh,
name
your
on it.
pen. What color ink is it in?
It's pink.
Oh, pink ink.
Mm.
Oh, that's clever.
I would be
Dana to pink ink.
To pink
I would
ink.
be December.
Why would you be
Alright.
December? What's your reasoning?
Because he's Jesus. It's his birthday.
There you go.
All right,
read my
Blues.
mind.
Who's in April?
So, April, I would just have myself if
Okay.
it's non-sexy, and if it's sexy in April, I'm gonna completely make shit up here. I would just have like probably
Ooh.
Arto
Oh.
Hala,
Okay.
because
Arto. He's dressed up like a sexy bunny, maybe.
The Dano
and he'll just
Chara.
like and he'll pass you whatever you need.
Oh, nice. Ooh, good goal there. All right.
Yeah.
And Duder, who's in May?
May?
Mm-hmm.
I want to pick Waldo for May because
That's
he
it.
may have been a bad trade to make.
Oh no.
I get it. May have.
Ooh.
Oh no.
Don't tell him I said that.
Oh, he's gonna
It
listen.
may have.
I'll tell him to listen at the 39 minutes of the podcast so he can hear you trash him.
Son of a
Nice.
The
whore.
Vegas boys. But okay, Clint, who's in June?
June. I'm gonna go with Sweetwater.
Well, he's gone, so he's not in the calendar anymore. I guess
Exactly. He left in June.
Duder's fucking grandparents aren't part of the team either, so
Well, they're one with me, it's like a package
And
deal.
they have Sweetwater has
Sweetwater's-
more to do with the team than your grandparents do, I'd argue.
Plus, I compare him to Ben Waters, who is my brother. So
Oh, okay.
there we go.
Well, that'll bring Blues coming in July. Who's
Yeah.
got that July?
So
4th
for
of July.
if we want like a defensive presence on the non-sexy part, I'd say Velipeka Heikkinen.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Dude's a defensive monster. But like if we're going all
face.
sexy and shit, and we need someone to, kind of put you on the offensive, I'd have a Jerry Taveri.
Ooh, Taveri. You could be barbecuing.
Oh yeah.
All right, that's pretty good. Duder, who's in August?
Awesome.
Can you hear us, Duder?
Sorry, I had my mic muted.
Oh,
I
there
have
you
been
go.
coughing this whole time.
Yeah.
Well, August is a pretty temperate month, much like the very temperate climate of Russia. So I'd probably pick Irina Cheklova,
Nice.
and hopefully it
was
is
waiting.
next calendar.
Hopefully it's a sexy comment. Maybe she's got some big titties. I mean, this is an all dude podcast, so
We've
that's
all heard that she has.
we didn't all hear that.
I think we're all just trying not to be like assholes if we're talking about it.
Oh my god.
I can't
Big tits
help
are
it
big tits.
sometimes.
Yeah, I
I'll
mean,
show you my big tits
I got some
in
yuds.
December.
You got to join my secret server to see them, but you can see
No,
them. But
those aren't yuds.
yeah, I mean that's
I
a
thought
good
you deleted that.
that's a
Ooh.
good choice. I did, and then I remade it from the ashes.
But you didn't re-invite
Christ.
me. I feel
Well, because there's double the porn.
Oh, okay. Now I see. I
Not
could
even
just like
double,
mute that
it's like
though.
quadruple.
Quadruple.
I could just mute it, but like that still don't sound good,
Yeah, I'm not
it's
inviting
great.
you to my porno land. But anyway, this isn't NSHL, so back to the calendar. We got Clint in September.
Ooh, I'm gonna go
Who
with
would be?
Mr. Logan Jensen.
Ooh, I like it.
I think that's a big rappers month. September.
September, he's gonna drop his album.
He's gonna spit some bars.
Logan Money.
Literally.
All right, that's
He'll
very
probably
good.
just mumble.
Blues. Who is October? Who's dressing up for
So
Halloween?
October, we want someone spooky, right? So if we're going for someone spooky, we're gonna go for our back-checking forward Benson von Roosen.
Ooh, he'll spook you up.
The fuck is that?
He's gonna spook you.
It's Benson.
Oh, okay. I see that.
Yeah. So
And then if we want to go all sexy,
it could be me.
and
I'll
we
dress
want-
up like a sexy nurse.
and we want to have Trella in like a tux,
I was thinking,
offensive.
is it a sexy tux where like it's assless tux?
I
But,
selection F.
Black Speedo and
if it was possible to be sexy and assless.
Since his name is Bo, I'm just imagining him with like a long golden flow a la Besser, and he's just
Yeah.
an absolute stud muffin. That's what I'm
Bo
thinking.
Besser. Yeah.
Exactly, that's what I'd be thinking.
But yeah, I mean that's pretty
Just
good.
sucks.
Duder, who is November?
November is all about food,
Yummy. I like
Happy
food.
food.
so I'd probably go with Martin Kane.
Oh, nice. I'm a fatty.
Not a fatty, a well-fed person.
Well, I'm always bringing the team Wendy's, so that's kind of what we're looking
Turkey.
Your favorite person on the staff is the nutritionist.
at. I actually hate them because they're telling me to eat healthy. Like, fuck off. I'm gonna eat pizza.
That's how you get your big body.
All right, Clint. We'll return to this, but who's in December?
Yeah.
And what's your gimmick? What's the picture like?
I'm Jesus.
Are you so what's that looking like in the calendar? Set the
Big.
scene.
Basically, long hair.
Are you on a cross, or
naked.
you're being born in a nativity, or what? Like, what's going on?
I'm on water, moonwalking.
Is it water or ice? Are you skating on water? Are you
I'm skating on water,
nice?
and
I like
I'm,
it. It's on the nose.
Naked.
Ooh,
Please.
naked? Oh,
Oh, boy.
shit. So that's the sexy calendar. And the non-sexy one.
Everybody knows Jesus was born naked.
We're just, whether you buy the sexy version for the extra $50 or the non-sexy version, Clint's gonna be naked in both. So that's kind of what you're getting with that.
Nothing sexy about Jesus, though, so that's why.
I don't think
Virgin Mary, on the
I
other
don't think
hand.
you're devout enough if you're not being turned on by Jesus.
Tell me to a tree. Wrong choice of words.
Well, we got through the whole calendar, which we didn't yesterday, but I think we started the question a little late there. And we had more people kind of bullshitting and talking about
Every trot
dogs.
looks like an egg.
But yeah, I mean, that's a good team calendar. I like that one. We'll be selling that in stores this season.
Something like trees.
Are you hoping for more kind of? I guess this is more for Blues and Clint, but we had a couple like team articles planned that we were doing. We didn't get around to a lot of them, but some of them were done. Where we talked
I think they're
about,
fun.
where we just
Fun.
talked about our player and role playing that a bit. Do you think the
Mhm.
NSHL needs more of that?
Oh, yes, definitely.
Please God, yes.
That's one of the more fun things I see in the
What
league.
kind of changes would you suggest?
Role plays.
Um,
Instead of like just telling us about our player, we like actually role play like a movie or something. Like our own version of Romeo and Juliet, except with 20 people.
Mm-hmm. One thing I suggested was, I know sim leagues are always scared of giving out too much TPE or whatever, but I think there
Yeah.
should be a creative director with kind of, the power to give out TPE for stuff. And, maybe a weekly thing where you come in and role play something, or like just talk about an event in the week or something. In character, kind of build on your character's lore and give TPE for that, almost like a PT or maybe something different. But just, reward people for being very interested in the site and kind of building up their player or other players. Maybe smack talking. Like, Twitter's good for that, but Twitter's kind of
Yeah.
weird, so it's iffy. But I just thought
Some people
that'd be good for the site, like
Mm-hmm.
talking about rivalries or what happened in the sim, because post game shows were really boring. And like I talked to Cal, and
suck.
I was like, when it was close to Valentine's Day and we had that Valentine's Day like article plan, I kind of
That was hilarious.
I wanted to touch on that in my post game show and talk about like how what we did the night before and if we got late or not like affected our play. But I talked to whoever was grading them or in charge of them. They were like, it has to do with a game and it has to talk about the score. So I was kind of like, oh well,
Stupid.
never mind then. And then Cal was
I don't
kind of like,
wanna-
it doesn't though. So they were misinformed, and I'm like, oh well, too late now.
You know, I kind of think that's bullshit that you can't just talk about it. Like, if it's Valentine's Day, like, you should be able to say, oh, well, Jakob Larson didn't play well because he had too much sex last night.
Too much
or
sex?
or the opposite.
Oh,
You're-
he was
you
depressed that he didn't.
Yeah,
like, he wasn't able to get it on.
you struck
Some
out.
uncircumcised.
You struck out, so you were bummed, and then you had that -4 in the game. You got benched, and then
he was bummed because he wasn't able to get that.
Yeah, how are you gonna word this?
I'm not gonna say it. I don't want to get in trouble.
All right,
Sex.
Some
His
poontang.
sexting didn't go right.
I had my weird NSHL article that I wrote. I had DePoopy in it on Tinder.
Oh yeah.
Well, now you're in the Chicago area. I'm sure there's a couple more willing ladies. Maybe they're not as
Ladies!
not as
Expensive?
many fake boobs in Chicago as there are in Las Vegas, but just population-wise, I think your chances are better. So you got that
Yeah.
going on for you.
Oh yeah.
That's why you came to the Windy City, right?
Oh yeah, just to get laid. It's been like never.
Wait. You left Vegas and
Oh,
came to Chicago
is this
to get laid?
Is this lore now? Is DePoopy's a virgin?
Yeah, he's still a virgin.
I
Wait,
like it.
wouldn't the
You should be on
joke
the
be that
Bachelor.
like wouldn't another joke be like Larson's basically so immature that he like gets really nervous in front of girls or he says a lot of stupid shit?
If you want
Say
it,
a lot of stupid stuff in front of both men and females. I love
Nice.
them all.
That's good. All right. Any fun stories from the season or that you're hoping that will happen? Because we got 10 minutes to kill here. Anything else to talk about?
Okay,
Bruins.
so I want to see like there's like a whole no all-stars but like the opposite of that. So like they create like the worst players of the team. No, not the worst players of the team. The worst players in the league, and there are two teams, and they play each other in a match in the middle of the season. That
my.
would be awesome.
It would just end up being an active guy, so it wouldn't be any fun.
Oh yeah,
An awful
I
idea.
realized that. Well, I have another one that might be
Oof.
better. Basically, this is like something that I honestly could see happening, depending on like how it works. But like, a Windy City cast in the middle of the season is dedicated just entirely shitting on Massachusetts.
Hopefully, there's a lot more to shit on. I mean, they had a pretty good season last time, but I'm looking to kind of.
Go down the roster and start insulting everybody.
I mean,
yeah. I just want to score all the goals against them.
Bobby
obviously,
Baratheon, only Bobby Fatty on.
obviously, we're in the tough division here. I mean, Mass has nothing to scoff at roster-wise, and Vienna's so stacked, it's kind of ridiculous. I mean, they didn't even need a defense, which is why I was mad at my mock draft that we had on the team.
We didn't talk about those.
We'll touch on them one sec. But they just drafted a good defender anyway. I mean, Ufig's awesome. I've played some games with him.
Who?
Ufig, he's Cal Chukatka, who's drafted.
Cal Chuchesta?
Yeah, it's a weird name, but
Weird.
he's a good defender, so they're just getting more stacked. He'll probably be at 200 by the end of the season. But yeah, it's we're in a tough division, and I mean UConn and Vegas, I feel like we're just better than just straight up. And even LA is the closest with us, but I think we edge them out just on skill and our players. So it's tough being in this division, but I think we'll be seeing our names in the playoffs, and then we'll match up against Vienna, and we even beat them in a test sim. So pretty happy about that. I'm hoping they're a week. Yeah, it was a pretty huge sim. We were just watching it, and we got that 7-game sweep, and it was pretty fun. Bo Steelheart scored a lot of goals. I don't know why he scores so many goals when he's supposed to be a passer, but that second line is fucking great.
Oh yeah, the second line was like, is it better than last year's second line?
Yes.
Because oh shit, we're gonna be good this year.
Yeah, we've got a line of like 80, 90 point scorers, and then a line of 60 point scorers. It's gonna be sick.
As hands.
I mean, I think a lot of it is just like you got your best defensive and offensive guys on your first line, and then for some teams it really drops off. It's Mass and Vienna have really good second lines, but looking at the league, mostly the other conference, they have pretty weak second lines. So when they go up against Blues, Trella and Nick has an awesome player. Like it's just like they just get dominated. Yeah, they just get dominated. So seeing that in work this season will be really fun, I think. And it's something to look forward to. But yeah, if you want to talk about the mock drafts, who was able to get one in? We talked about it a little yesterday.
You got one in.
I was.
I think we all did.
And I did really good.
Yeah, what'd you get?
10.
Really?
Yeah, I think that's the best mock draft I've ever done.
10 total or 10 extra?
10 extra to go with the 3 added. So
Oh,
I had
No,
one of the
what?
best, if not. I
Wait,
got
is
a 10
it
TP mock draft.
is it
Did you not
one
see it?
TPE per correct pick?
I think so, because I got 10.
Oh, okay. I thought it was half a
And that,
TPE, but that might be the SHL.
like, the only people who got 10 were me
And
and
Stennett?
Stennett.
Yeah,
So we killed it mock draft wise.
nice.
buddy.
Well, that's
And
pretty
it's huge
awesome.
because
and I'll help you
that
out.
I think brings my player to 250.
Ooh. And you haven't bought equipment yet, right? That's another
I have.
30.
I bet you cost $350.
I have.
And you got to do some more PTs, eh?
Yeah, I already did mine.
Where are you losing
It's a
TP
PT.
then? Is it
Yeah.
PT already? Yeah.
I always just
Let's check
link
that
my
out.
SHL PT to it. I don't
Yeah.
write it. I
I
do
always
the
write it.
welfare.
Oh my god.
I do that. I do the welfare for the PBE too, so I don't really have to work as hard as I normally would.
Yeah, I mean, it has not been difficult to find a way to do PTs.
This Jenner is such a bitch.
There's-
What?
Boone Jenner is such a bitch.
Who is?
All right, let's keep it NSHL for the last 5 minutes here. But yeah,
Okay.
I mean, it's even when there was a little lull in affiliations just because there was an off season in SHL, so it was no PTs to link. Like doing the PTs wasn't bad. They're decently fun PTs. They did a nice job on them. So it'll be interesting to see what they do with post game shows. I think they're getting rid of them. I'd like to see more about player role play and kind of getting people more interested in their player and how they're doing than like maybe user based stuff or like talking about like, oh, who do you like on your team? Like, yeah, I like a little more current events type of PTs, but we'll see what they do. And yeah, I mean, it should be a good season for us. We'll definitely be getting more podcasts going this season. Just stack up on money. It was.
Money.
I didn't have a ton of time to really do as much podcast as I wanted in the first season, but we'll get them going here in the second. So happy to have y'all on here. We got 3 minutes, so
nice.
Let's just talk about your player names, huh?
Okay,
Clint,
so
talk about Steelheart. I want Clint to go first.
Oh, Bart Steelheart. So talk about my player name or just
Yep.
player?
Whatever you want. We got a little time.
Bart Steelheart is a charismatic enigma. The face of the Windy City Cyclones.
Is it a beautiful face or an ugly face?
Beautiful. Think of the face of Jesus. That's what you're getting.
I mean, I'm not aroused by Jesus, so I don't know.
Yeah, Jesus was a Jew.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
That's a great fucking way to end it. Jesus Christ. Anyway.
That's how you get us in trouble, buddy.
I am turned on by Bo Steelheart, but I don't know about Bart.
Are you gonna talk about? Can I?
What about Bo? What about Bo? Makes him better than me.
Just the
Bo
name.
is just a sexier
Yeah,
name.
Bart is
It
like
is.
I don't get a Jesus vibe from Bart. I get like a Simpsons vibe. So
Yeah.
not sure about
So
that.
like an Bo is better than an Bart.
Yeah, Bo. You know, you're just like, oh, dude, I want to suck Bo's dick,
God damn it.
but I don't want to suck Bart's dick. So I don't know about that. But anyway, Blues is dying to talk about his player, so let's get that out of the way.
So basically, I wanted to make my player sound as foreign and make them from as irrelevant of a hockey country as possible. So I thought, I played a lot of FIFA World Cup 2010, which is a really good game, even if it's very old. And I did this one Road to the World Cup with the Faroe Islands. So I thought, hey, why not make your player Faroese? So I made his name kind of hard to pronounce on purpose, like the first name, but the second is pretty easy.
I see. And tell me about Dana DePoopy.
Dana was my mother's name, and Yeah, and she used to be really mean to me, so I picked that name. And then the Poopy was just me and Kimmy. I was like, Kimmy, you just smash your keyboard and that'll be our last name. And he did that. And yeah.
That's pretty hilarious.
Oh my god.
Alrighty, we're at the hour, so any last words on your podcast? Maybe wash the Jew comment out of your mouth.
Okay, so one,
Regrets.
what Duder said was kind of stupid, and I don't agree with it whatsoever.
You don't agree
Two,
that Jesus was a Jew?
Oh no. Oh no, can we not?
He was.
I'm not gonna get into this right now. I'm not gonna, basically ruin
All
any
I said,
chance I have.
all I said was Jesus is a Jew.
Yeah, but the tone of it.
Yeah, but like,
Whatever.
You were like, Jesus was a Jew.
That's just like my always. That's just my tone all the
I
time.
see. It's a anti-Semitic tone.
ooh,
He's a big Henry Ford fan.
Alright, that's enough. Y'all get the fuck out of here.
okay, buddy. I see what you're trying to do. You're trying to get rid of me because you know I'm the best part.
We need to end this. It's gone on too long. Alright. We'll see y'all next time. Thanks for joining me, everyone, and have a fantastic week.
And disregard everything Duder said in this podcast.
Go Windy
Jesus.
City. Woo.